Welcome back to the show, kids. Bear Mode, a podcast review of the Bear. Tom Clark back here with you as always, joined, of course, by Big Tasty, Joe Higgins, and Jay Luft. We are hitting episode 5 this week. And that's right. We're in the home stretch. Can you believe it? We passed the halfway or passed the midpoint last time. We're in the home stretch. We've got 3 more episodes to go, counting today, for season 1. And then, of course, we will have our season 1 rundown at the very end. So 9 in total. Actually 10 in total because we had the preview.
It's an even number. Nice round 10, you know.
Yes.
Yep. Perfect 10.
Everything we do, it's pro wrestling related to some degree. Can I be honest with you? I can't help myself. But yeah, we're coming back into this. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching the vids, subscribing on the audio platforms as well, and for sharing this wherever you can. We greatly appreciate it. We've been trying to keep the word out there as we go. And of course, you can see down below on the ticker where you can find us on all the socials, including on the YouTube. So thanks as always for checking us out. We're coming into this episode today, and Tasty, we'll start with you. What do you think about the show? What do you think going into episode number 5 here today?
So as we discussed on the last episode, we had like a bit of a breather. And I think like, so coming back into like the chaos of the kitchen here, it's not quite as chaotic as it has been. There's still, as we find out in this episode, things still go wrong. There's still like crises. There's still like things that need to happen. But it feels like things have progressed a bit and it's gotten a little bit calmer, a little bit sort of more organized. There's something they do in this episode towards the end which they would never have been able to do in the first week or two.
Yeah, good point.
Like in terms of the way they all pull together and sort of sort out a big problem, that would not have happened at the start of the show. So I think you can definitely see some progress. You also get some fascinating insight. There's a character we'll talk about when we get there, who, I mean, it's sort of spread throughout the entire episode. There's a character who we didn't really explore like their mental state in the first few episodes too much, but it's Sydney. You really see like Sydney's like fears and her struggles and her anxieties coming out in this episode, and you see what sort of motivates her and what her fears are and what sort of she's trying to avoid or even trying to get away from. Because I think, as we said, everything in the show is about trauma and like people's reaction to trauma, and some people everyone's just trying to run away from something, aren't they? Everyone's trying to get away from some horrible thing from the past. And yeah, it's and Fack's here. Fack has a good time. It's a good Fack episode. Also, I think this episode has the most uses of the word cousin out of any of the ones we've seen so far.
I think you're right. It's a fucking good episode, kids. Joe, as Tasty just mentioned, coming out of episode 4, episode 4 was not insanely chaotic, and we're like, thank God we can finally breathe for a change. This one dialed up just a scooch, but it still wasn't unbearable. What'd you think about this one?
It's not them that's the chaos in this one. It's to show that even with the best of intentions, stuff can still go wrong, and it's the building that's letting them down in this case. And I think it's the first of many times the building lets them down itself. But then Fack comes to save them, / roll around the floor. And it's just layering up those things of, because like you said, we don't know anything about Sydney. She showed up. That's it. That's all we know. We're starting to find out a little bit more about her and stuff as well, which adds to the overall, like you said, people dealing with things, dealing with the past, their own mistakes. But we don't really know what that is. But again, it's just the possibly one of my favorite scenes is Fack and Richie just in that toilet together.
So good. Oh my God.
Because that was all improvised.
Has to have been. It was fantastic.
I think I will fuck whatever I want to fuck is one of the all-time lines in the entire show.
It's so good. I was howling when I wrote about it.
I'm good on a keyboard is one of my favorite. What has that got to do with this?
Yeah. I'm a good person. Jay, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I think this kind of cemented that I love Fack. He's one of the best characters in the show. I really like the fact that it kind of dived into a bit more like background on Sydney and to a lesser degree Marcus as well. Like there was, I think there was such an emphasis on Carmy and Richie, which obviously they're like the two sort of main characters. They're always going to have that like sort of emphasis on them at the start, that you do kind of forget about some of the sort of like, I wouldn't say tertiary characters, but some of the sort of like supporting characters who are there who like you can see are going to play a bigger part moving forward, but you just don't know how much of a bigger part just yet. If you're new to it like me, but yeah, I think, and this is a really good episode for Fack as well, like just to kind of like really endear you to him, because he has literally just been like sort of like showing up for like a scene and a couple of throwaway lines and nothing really else until this episode.
Also, I admire the sort of the inside joke of Fack, played by Matthew Matheson, who's an actual trained chef, being told by Richie that he can't work in a restaurant because he can't cook.
It's really good.
Which again, makes me think it was all improvised, and he was seeing if he would break character.
Yeah,
I think the best part of that whole scene is that straight faced, it's silly. It's not even. You put that argument in the mouths of two other people in real life, and they're like, "Why are we arguing about this?" But they're playing it so straight, like, and I'm like, "This is the funniest thing ever. This should not be straight." But that's why it's funny. You know what I mean?
Everything's life or death with Richie,
yes.
though, isn't it? There's no middle ground.
Never.
At one point, he's like, I've heard you play keyboard. You suck.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I've joined the Jazz Fusion group.
Jazz Fusion group. Also, you're a stroke.
Yeah, you're a stroke.
Again, Richie's just an arsehole, isn't he? That's his whole...
I know, but...
He's such an arse.
And you know he loves Fack to pieces, and this is just... He's bored. Well, he's coming late, and he's just winding him up for something to do.
There's that scene quite later in the episode when it's Richie, Fack, and Carmy, and you can tell like these three guys like all grew up together just by like the way they're arguing, kind of like brothers.
It's just such like an easy energy, isn't it? There's no, you can tell these guys have said like literally everything. They've called each other every name under the sun.
Oh yeah,
like nothing's off the table with these guys. There's no hurt feelings. There's no
except mums. Yeah.
Well, and we always try to be careful to not get too far ahead because we don't ruin anything for Jay or for anybody else that's following along in real time. But like I stumbled upon a clip and I can't tell you what it was. You two guys know it, and I wanted to share it so bad because it it got to me. And I'm like, I can't put it in the chat because this ruins stuff for Jay. And I thought, well, I'll message him independently. And I'm like, what am I doing? It'll be fine. You know what I mean? Like, but it really got to me. So it's awesome. But Jade, absolutely, what you would have been like, when does this happen? Because it's so good. It's so good. Anyway, we know what you came here for, kids. We got loads of stuff to talk about here. Another great episode of the show, episode number 5. Let's do this. The name of this episode is Sheridan. There's a reason for that. We'll get to it here shortly. As we've said before, this episode, as every episode in season 1, dropped on June 23rd, 2022. This one directed by Joanna Kalo, and the story this time by Karen Joseph Adcock. 8 episodes in season 1. Again, kids, we're in the home stretch. If you missed episode 4 for whatever reason, here's to get you caught up. Carmy and Richie catered a kid's birthday party for Uncle Cicero, navigating absurd chaos, boy, I'll say, like wrestling a blow-up hot dog into a car, and then as well as mounting family tension, which is always present. Meanwhile, Marcus became entranced by donuts and was sketching everything out, sketching his pastry dream, so to speak, while in the kitchen. Tina and Sydney clashed until Sydney came through for Tina, earning her trust in the process, perhaps. At the party, Richie accidentally dropped his Xanax bottle, as we said, into Carmy's homemade ecto cooler, sending guests, including the kids and Pete, into a comically sleep-induced haze. Aww. And that's where we are coming into this one. I like, Tasty, I forget which one of you guys said this, but we finally get them into the mental well-being of another character. Sydney, as we're talking about. This time we start with her. She is dreaming about food. Well, maybe not dreaming, but having visions because she's awake. And of course, she's a chef. What else would she be thinking about? But there's a lot of images. There's fish cooking. There's a really quick text message, which you got to pause it to see it. But it's from the Greater Chicago Banking telling her that her credit application was denied. And she opens her medicine cabinet. And when I tell you there is a lot of pill bottles, that is an understatement. You guys see how maxed out.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
I thought that was going to be her thing, was that she was like on everything. But you got to bear in mind, she lives with her dad, and her dad's quite old.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. She takes some meds. She takes lansoprazole, I guess.
Lansoprazole, yeah.
There you go. It's used to treat and prevent conditions related to excessive stomach acid production. Really? She has anxiety working in the kitchen?
All right.
Right.
Obviously, there's parallels to Carmy here, isn't it? Like she can't like not be able to switch her brain off at night, like having like hyperfixating on like things in the restaurant and little details about food. Again, as Joe and Jay will say, like when you work in hospitality, there's always that moment, like hours after your shift's ended, that you'll be sat in bed, and all of a sudden you just go like, I didn't take that thing to that table.
Mm-hmm.
I sent out a burger that didn't have like the sauce on it, or I didn't, and it'll just the little things that you forgot to do during your shift will just hit you, and like there's nothing you can do about them now, and
No.
but it's that they're the little things that like stop you from shutting your brain off when you go to bed and stuff like that.
It's crazy. I had the same thing in the grocery business all the time, all hours of the night. Wake up 3 a.m. Oh, I forgot to do, Jeez, it's the way, yeah.
I mean, she wakes up and it's 3:30 in the morning, and I'm on my way to work, and I'm like, oof.
Yeah.
I don't miss them.
Yeah. The soundtrack's back in effect here in this episode, kids. We hear Wish I Was by Kim Deal in this opening scene. We go to the beef after this, and Carmy is already at the restaurant working when she comes in. He tells her that he's been reviewing the COGS, or cost of goods sold, of course, realizing they were bleeding money at dinner. He tells her they need a new dinner menu, and she vehemently agrees with that. And she brainstorms a play on tongue-in-cheek for a new dinner menu, like ox tongue, braised beef, short ribs, and risotto. That'll come back around later in this one for sure. Marcus comes around the corner with a book in his hands. This is the Noma Guide to Fermentation. So I guess if you're in the food industry, that'd be interesting to you.
I
So
think if you're in
Marcus is going full hipster here because that's very.
Marcus is. Yeah. Well, didn't Carmy work there? In Noma.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Noma's a real restaurant. Is it still open, or did it shut? I can't remember if it's.
Oh, pass.
I think it's that one on the island where the guy burns them all at the end. Oh no, wait, that's something else.
But it at one point was considered to be the best restaurant in the world.
Yeah, it's in a weird. So it's in Copenhagen. But where it is in Copenhagen, it's like. Well, I say where it is. If it's still open, I'm not 100% sure if it is.
It's still open. Yeah.
It's like it's not easy to get to. Let's put it that way. Like it's not the most. You've got to go out your way to get to this place, and obviously, but with it being like widely regarded as the best restaurant in the world, it's very hard to get a table there as well.
Yeah, waiting list for years.
So to give you an idea, in 2023 they announced it was going to close in 2024 because the owner said that the model they built was unsustainable.
Wow.
Because it's.
However, they've kept it open. They've just limited the number of reservations they take.
Yeah. Like it's so because I've been to Copenhagen a few times, and like it's where it is, if I remember rightly, is the other side of the river to where the Little Mermaid is. So it's like to get there, you can either get a boat across, which isn't very reliable. Like it's just not. Or you can just get like a bus, which you've got to go all around the fucking world to, or walk, which we made the mistake of doing one year on like the hottest day that we could have fucking done it. And what we thought was going to be like about a 30-40 minute walk turned into like an hour and a half. Wow. And we weren't even going to Noma. But we passed it. But it was like Jesus, like we should have probably just waited for the boat.
So a few more Noma facts. So the head chef and owner is a guy called Rene Redzepi. Formerly worked at the French Laundry, which we've heard of from the show. Yeah. El Bulli, if you remember that, if you know that. And it's 3 Michelin stars.
Wow.
And by the way, that information,
one of about 3 places in the world that's got 3 Michelin stars?
There's not a lot.
Wow.
And to throw it back to the last episode, that was according to Eater.
Yeah.
I got
Right, yeah.
I got all the information off Eater. Like, just like Pete got his own information about Carmy being the best chef in the world.
Pete.
Sweet, Pete. Lovable Pete.
I'm going to say it now. It's not for me, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Little tiny bits of stuff. I have to put a reservation in 6 years down the line and go and have food, all right, and go and get some chips. You know what I mean? Right. I'm not a fancy man.
It's my parents' 45th wedding anniversary on the weekend, on Saturday,
Nice.
as we record this, and they're not going particularly fancy, but they're going to there's a restaurant in Liverpool called Manifest, and they're doing a 7-course tasting menu
Oh,
with a wine
Interesting.
flight, which will be
Yeah.
absolutely lovely.
as someone who lives in Liverpool and is aware of Manifest, that's pretty fancy.
Yeah.
I'd like to do one of those places one time just to say I'd done it, but as even if I had the cash to do it like regularly, I probably wouldn't. It's too upscale for me as well. Like,
Yeah.
Right, you know what? If I'm ever like in the mood to spend a lot of money on a really posh, and this is going to sound a bit like sort of basic of me, but I'll just give me a really nice cut of steak, like a really good steak, really well cooked. I want to see the money on the plate. You know what I mean?
I mean, you've got like one of the best steakhouses in Liverpool, like round the corner from your flat.
I can see and more importantly smell it when I take my things off.
I was gonna say you can fucking smell that shit from your front door.
It's the other side of our car park. Yeah, it's called Cowshed, and it's incredible. It's very
nice.
It's really good. They're meant to be opening a burger place by me, from what I've heard. Which
really, that's dangerous.
If they do, we're going to be going for a day trip there, aren't we, Tasty?
Oh yes, absolutely.
17 quid for a burger, you don't even get chips with it. Nah.
Listen, mate.
Joe, you're describing Five Guys.
You are describing.
Yeah, but if you buy fries from Five Guys, you get enough to feed like a small African country.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Yeah, me and Sarah went to Five Guys on Saturday. We got one portion of chips between us, and I had to eat like most of them.
Yep.
And you had to like mortgage your house to be able to afford to eat there because Five Guys over here Five Guys was the most expensive fast food place around before everything went up. I can't imagine what they are now. Like it's probably
pretty pricey.
So we got two burgers. Sarah got a one burger. I got a 2-burger burger. I said burger too many times here, haven't I? We both got a drink, which is like they've got the fancy machines there, Tom, where you get like you put your flavors in.
Randomly make your own drinks up. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we got 2 drinks and we got 1 portion of regular size fries between us, and it was just a shade under £35.
Fucking hell,
dude! What is going on out there?
I only order it when it's on offer on like Uber Eats, so it's like
20% off. I was like, oh, that's nearly normal prices.
It's the Domino's thing, isn't it? No one orders Domino's if they're full price.
No.
That's a different thing inside. If you notice, Joe, whenever you go to Domino's, if you ever order off Domino's, you spend 20 quid.
Oh yeah, there's always an offer. Yeah.
You never spend more than 20 quid. You never spend less than 20 quid either.
I get it. It's garbage.
It's never half price pizza. It's 2 pizzas for £20. They're very good at making you spend £20 every time you order. That's their trick.
It's 22 now.
Yeah, you got to pay delivery as well. Fuck that.
Yeah, but me and Harvey went out for bao the other day. 2 delicious bao buns, salt and pepper fries, some starters, some drinks. It was like 70 quid. And I was like, that's money well spent because I enjoyed that. Five Guys, it's trash food, isn't it? It's something to eat to tide you over. I want to be slightly fancier than a McDonald's.
Yeah, so we had it before we went to the cinema, and that was like...
Yeah, they've just
no popcorn for you.
Like super cheap on Uber.
Hey, I brought Haribo in my backpack.
They can't stop you, Tasty. They can't stop you.
And if they do, I just scream and take my top off.
Eat it all in front of them. There you go. Are you happy now?
Last time I went to cinema with Tasty, he was like just pulling things out of his coat and just handing me them. So I tried some popcorn. Okay.
A World War II spiv. Yeah.
Hey, it was my backpack. I wasn't wearing a trench coat in this heat.
Actually, that's true. We did go on a hot day. Yeah, that it was. Either way, you were just pulling like rations out and giving me them throughout the film.
Yeah.
I did not go hungry.
To get your blood sugar up, yes.
It was. I was getting excited.
All this from the Noma Guide to Fermentation. That's where we started. That's where we started, kids. I don't know what to tell you.
Marcus has got too far into his own brain with this, though. Like,
I think you're right. Yeah, little bit.
He started off doing a nice chocolate cake.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'll make donuts. And now he's reading a book that looks like 7 Haynes manuals stuck together.
So with the way it feels like with Marcus with Carmy, though, it feels as though like it's almost like kind of like hero worship, where like obviously he wants to impress Carmy because Carmy's like this big shot chef, and Carmy's not a big shot chef to Carmy. Carmy's Carmy, but in Marcus's eyes, it's like this is a guy who's come from like the best restaurants in the world, and now he's running the place I work. I can learn so much from this guy, and like because he's not studying like just anything, is he? He's studying places that Carmy's worked at.
Yeah.
and it's like he's obviously gone from wanting to do like a little thing to now immediately like having the confidence after the cake where Carmy's praised them to this episode. Right now, I'm going to do what Noma do, and it's like you've got a long way to go, kid. Like don't
you've skipped a lot of steps there.
Yeah. Like at the end of the day, that cake was good, but get the fundamentals of that cake down.
Yeah.
Affect that cake
Again, it's like you say in the brewing world, like you say in the cooking world. Make that cake 10 times.
Yeah.
And have it be the same every time.
And
then we'll talk about making that cake with a cherry on top. Then we'll talk about that. Once you've done it 10 times and it's turned out. But once you've done it 10 times and it's worked every time, that's when you can move on to something else. You've got to get your consistency down. You've got, more importantly, as we find out later in this episode, you've got to get your timekeeping down.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Marcus is trying to tear some tape, just as a small example, and Carm wants him to cut it with scissors. Something as small as tape. Carm's like, without saying it, Carm's like, you want this to be right? We do everything right. We don't just do some things right. We don't just do the food right. We do everything right. Like, that's what I took from that, and that comes back around later. But
it's
go ahead, Jay.
Kind of show how like detail oriented it, like a lot of that is as well. Like for what with him kind of like showing him that level of discipline, it shows that like, okay, so for your prep, you've got to do this right, you've got to do this right, you've got to do this to this exact science.
Yeah,
it's like Marcus is trying to dip his toe into this world. He's trying to like sort of get involved, and Carmen showing you, no, you've got to live this shit. Like this has got to be your entire life. Like this has got to be your like say you say Tom, a simpler thing is like cutting a piece of tape so that the edges aren't all frayed and shitty.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the level of detail you have to aspire to if you want to get to where Carmy got to. Like, and that's what Marcus wants to do. He wants to go all the way to the top. And Carmy's just showing him now. This is where this has got to be your outlook. This is your standard. These are your
building blocks. You have to do this before you can even start getting a sous vide bag out to ferment stuff in. Like,
yeah, I think though as well. Like through the whole episode, like it's interesting because obviously, not only does Carmy like let him make his own mistakes. Like he doesn't when he's asking for certain things, he never says, "Oh, I don't think you're ready for that." He lets him figure it out for himself. But also then when he does see Marcus near the end of the episodes, and Marcus is a bit like downtrodden, and he's like, look, like he grounds him. He doesn't belittle him. He doesn't make him feel stupid. He goes, look, you've got to get that stuff right first before you can think about doing this stuff. But
he lets him, like you said, he lets him take it on though. So he says to him at the start, like, I want to give this a try, and he's like, okay, because don't forget to do your prep. Don't fall behind on your jobs.
Make sure you do your cakes.
Yeah.
We need to sell the cakes, otherwise we've got no money coming in. You can muck about with your donuts and that after you've done your cakes.
But do it by all means, go for it. But do the stuff.
Do the thing I pay you for
first.
Yeah. I think it's important though, like for kind of like establishing that he wants the place to grow, like giving people license to try that kind of thing.
And as we've said before, Carmy is kind of indebted to Marcus because Marcus was the first person to come around to him and to be like he broke the ice. Like without Marcus buying in, I don't think you get the rest of the team buying in. I think Marcus being the first to cross the floor was big. Yeah. So I think there's a bit of mutual respect there because Carmy understands that Marcus was the first person to be really open-minded when he was trying to come in with new ideas.
Yeah.
Well, it all goes to crap literally when the toilet blows up, and this is good because Carm's on the phone with Fack and he's telling him to bring a shot. He said Fack's gonna bring a shop vac. Richie goes, Fack's mouth is a shop vac, so he's already starting.
Yeah, but then Sydney goes, "Oh, you're so funny, Richie."
Yeah, you're so funny. Yeah,
she's got no first thing in the morning.
Can we go back a little bit and when Richie comes into the shop,
he calls them replicants, right?
Replicants,
and he's got the Blade Runner leather jacket on.
Yeah. So, right with the toilet, was that a callback to the last episode with like Cicero and Richie's argument, where like he's like saying about the toilet blew up?
I don't think so. I think it's a knackered old building.
I love how Carmy literally stands there and goes, "I know what this is," and then it just fucking explodes.
Yeah.
Also, can we appreciate there's a sign over the toilet that says, "Please don't flush tampons or paper towels," and tampons is spelled wrong.
Yeah. I didn't catch
that as well. Yeah.
It's all tampoons.
God.
That's definitely Richie.
It's gotta be.
I'm telling you, that whole toilet situation had Richie's name written all over it.
Oh my God, that is so good. Yeah, and so they're cleaning the mess up because of everything's happening, and Carm doesn't want to cancel dinner. Like, she's like, well, how are we going to do this? Whatever. Look at this mess. And but after that, we immediately go back to them prepping, and Carm is cooking, and good God, it already looks amazing. And he's got everyone huddled up. I love this bit because, like, Carm flexes, but not intentional. Not like, look how amazing I am. But this is his entire crew watching him at work. And it's like, take notes. This guy he obviously knows what he's doing, right?
Yeah.
Showing like his artistry. It's great.
But he's like, you do this, and then this, and Ibrahim goes, "There's too many ingredients, chef. Like, I can't remember this. I put meat in bread and give it to people. Like, this is way out of my remit of skills. Like,
credit to Carmy as well, that when he's describing the process, he uses one of the French words for something.
And then
and then he immediately goes, "Oh, you just had some butter and whisk it."
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
that's good.
I mean, yeah, it's like what, schnitzel chicken with like what appears to be like a butter sauce on top of it. And,
based on the sauce, I'd say it's probably fried fish.
I'm sure it was the chicken breast that thingy was
chicken. I thought he was pounding.
It looked like
because it had like capers and parsley.
Yeah, you get capers, salt.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah,
that's the stuff that Sugar was cooking, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah,
his mom's chicken.
Yeah, so it's like white wine, onion, shallots, garlic, butter, lots of butter.
Doesn't Tina mention
French sauce.
His mum's recipe later on?
Yeah.
Well,
no, that's
she mentions Christmas.
That's her mum, isn't it? She says, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I think she's making. I think she's making family. I think.
Yeah.
Even like with that, like I kind of like to kind of sort of echo what I was saying about the way he was with Marcus throughout the episode. He does it in a way where it doesn't. It's allowing people to kind of like take it in at their own pace, and even when like he's shown Tina with like the onions, he's very like he's very sort of.
This is why you want to do that.
Yeah. Whereas
I'm not going. Cook them till they're like this because I've told you to. He's like, because once you get them caught at the bottom, that'll make a really nice rich stock and it'll be delicious. And she's like, sweet.
Again, it's such a stark contrast to how he was taught by Joel McHale.
Well, like, I think even Sydney says, doesn't she? This is the first time I've worked anywhere where there isn't a maniac stood behind me ranting and raving.
Yeah.
And again, that's another one of the themes of the show, especially in the earlier seasons, is it's about trying to be better and like trying not to pass on like the toxic upbringing you had in the business to somebody else, and try and improve the next generation of cooks and like make sure that their mental health is better and they're not like crying in the walk-in and stuff like that.
But it's not just in work; it's about generational trauma as well. It's when we meet, Bear's own mother, it's a wonder any of them are still there.
Yes.
Yeah. It's also, it's not only just passing on, like stopping horrible work practices. It's also trying to be just a better person in general, better than where you came from.
Jay, I can't wait till we get there because you talk about.
I swear to God, mate, your brain will explode when we get to one episode in particular.
There's like 3 episodes in season 2 where we're going in 90 minutes on the talking about it.
Yeah, you'll go through a 6-pack.
Maybe 2 episodes. Those ones, yeah, because
I mean, I'm
Fishes
prepared.
Is one of those episodes that's just brutal. Yeah,
yeah, it's crazy. Fack comes in around this time yelling "Fack attack," which is cool. And what I love that he's working on the toilet, and he's talking about this one time he thought he saw a dragon. I'm like, I don't know,
I saw a dragon.
No clue what he's talking about.
So, this is why I think Richie's the one who's fucked up the toilet as well, because
he's
the whole
in the toilet with him.
Yeah,
he's micromanaging Fack, trying to fix the toilet.
Yeah,
it's as if, and also like look at the first episode. We know Richie's cut corners to try and like fix things.
Well, he says he's like, don't strip the thread, and I'm like, so Richie's already stripped the thread off that screw, and that's why something's broke somewhere down the line, and he's going to try and pin it on Fack now as well.
Yeah, 100%.
And then he's like pretend bumming him. And I'm like, who is this for? Because there's no one else in that toilet.
No one's looking.
It's such a ladies. Well, thanks for watching. Do y'all do that? Because guys do it all the time. Because
I mean, it's with my wife and it's fun. but like,
It's crazy.
yeah, it's just stop trying to fuck me.
Yeah. Stop trying to fuck.
I'm not trying.
He
to
mentions,
fuck you. I'm not trying to fuck you. It's a human resources issue. I am human resources.
I am human resources.
God, that's a terrifying prospect, isn't it?
But Fack
No
goes,
kidding.
really? Like, Fack believes it. Because, oh, bless him.
Fack mentions that they need a couple of cooks, and he's like, I want to apply. And I don't know if this is how it just uploaded to Hulu or whatever here, but immediately when he says that, the screen cut to black. And I'm thinking, was that intentional? Like to warn you that something's coming? Because that's how it cuts immediately after he says that. And I'm like, something's around the corner. Do you know what I mean? Maybe just alerting you that trouble's ahead. So Chester is back, kids. He is Marcus's roommate. He's reading the book out loud in the kitchen, and once again, he's just kind of there. We did meet him last episode, just doing the same thing. Marcus is really into his work. He's working on lacto fermentation, and Chester says they need to go to Copenhagen. He said, we need to go to Copenhagen and fuck some shit up. I'm like, what are you talking about? Do you know what I mean? That's a guy thing, too. You need to go fuck
Again,
some shit up.
just to sort of stress how ill-prepared Marcus is. So he's got his like fermentation tent set up, but he hasn't actually read about the process because he's getting Chester to read it to him as he's doing it.
Yes.
So he's really flying by the seat of his pants on this. Like he's really
It's
white-
the horse
he's
before the
white
cart,
knuckling it.
isn't it? Yeah.
yeah.
They're starting to talk about the Bachelorette. Marcus is like, oh, you save it, but don't want you to ruin it, which is good because apparently they're watching the Bachelorette. And Carm warns him. He comes around the corner. He warns him. He says, don't get lost. Basically, don't get lost in what you're doing, right? Remember, without saying that, he's kind of warning him. And
It's easy to get lost in these things.
Oh,
Is it also when he
yeah.
says, can I borrow a sous vide bag? Why? What are you doing? He's just yelling across.
Yes.
Thank you, Chef Carmine. Thank you, Chester. It's proper Waltons. It's brilliant.
It is.
So they're trying to do lacto fermentation, which is I think fermentation without oxygen. It's like an anaerobic fermentation.
Oh.
And so they need to like seal. And he's like, Carmen's like, do you know how to use a sous vide bag? Like, do you know how to seal it? And he's like, no.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Just put it in that
Yeah.
machine.
Just kind of learning as you go. Ibrahim says, Marcus is the mini Minoso of Illinois fermentation. Angel asks who that is, and they all answer Mr. White Sox. Minnie is the first black player for the White Sox, and Sweeps knows all the stats. I like Sweeps a lot. I feel like we don't get enough of Sweeps in these episodes.
We get his backstory in the later season, and you understand why he knows all these facts.
It's true.
Which is pretty cool. I like Sweeps is a cool guy. Yeah, he has a lovely little journey.
He does.
He does.
Yeah.
Tina asked Carm to check her onions. Can I be honest with you? Those onions already look good to me. I'm like, oh, I
need a
love
bit more color on them. Then.
I love caramelized onions.
I think they're trying to make proper like French style caramelized onions, aren't they? Like proper like sticky. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even then though, like when he's showing her, he's like you get in there, like see the way those ones are. I want all of them like that, and she's like, okay, cool, yeah.
Yeah, he does it in a really sort of easy to understand way. He breaks it down for her, and he then says like, then deglaze with the stock 4 minutes, and then deglaze with the stock. Like so, put it in for another 4 minutes, and then stock.
That's the other thing as well. It kind of showed like earlier in the episode that shown Tina's like fully coming around now. Where when he does the like shows everyone how to like make the sauce, he gives her the first taste, and she's like,
"Yep,
oh my god, that's amazing."
Yeah.
So she again, it's like getting like the people who are gonna be the most influential to everybody else on board first to try and then get everyone in line, sort of thing.
Well, Tina's the biggest personality in that kitchen. She's the loudest. Yeah. She's like the most sort of vocal, the most stubborn. So obviously he knows that she. Yeah, but I mean in the kitchen, like the people who are cooking, and if he obviously he's keyed in, and like if I get her, I've got everyone. Like that's it.
She's becoming the kind of blanking on his name. She's becoming the Roy Kent of this kitchen, I think. Right? Not Roy Kent.
Well, the Jeff has gone from being sarcastic
maybe
to being a term of endearment now as well.
Yeah.
Sam Abesenia.
Yeah, I'll give you Sam. Yeah.
She's like Sam.
And this is cool because Carm asks, he didn't have to say, he already knows. He says, when did Mikey make that for you? Not did he, but when did he make that for you? And she says, Christmas. And she asks, Carm says, talking about her mom at his mom's, and he says, she full psycho? Tina says, she wasn't calm, but the food was great. Oh my God, Jay, just wait. Holy God, when we get there.
I was gonna say that was like a big old red flag for me. I was like, oh god, this is where this is where all these children got it from.
Basically, saying Tina's been to Carmy's mum's for Christmas, which is
that's
weird.
a thing.
Because I don't think Carmy's been to his mum's for Christmas for quite some time.
Yeah, but then maybe it's just like because obviously the restaurant has they all seem very tight knit, like the people who've been there for a long time. So maybe that's like why that's happened.
And the next bit is the one we referenced earlier that we kind of wanted to start the show with because it's so freaking great. Fack is talking to Richie, and Richie is trying to work with him. And I thought, well, this is starting off well because at least Richie seems like he's trying to help him. And Fack says he has hearth. He goes, what? What do you mean hearth? He goes, I mean heart. I'm nervous. Like Fack is so innocent.
So this is like an ad hoc job interview, basically, that Richie's giving him here.
Yes, yes.
But also, like this is the funny thing about it as well. Is that like if Fack spoke to Carmy about it, who's the person who's going to have the final say on this anyway.
Richie has no authority to hire or fire
Richie
anyone.
has zero authority on this.
Nothing.
Like, Richie got annoyed that Carmy hired Sydney, and then it was like, well, like you're not in charge. It's my restaurant.
Yeah.
Like, so I can hire whichever sous chef I want because I'm in charge. So if Fack spoke to Carmy, the way Carmy's been with people who just want to learn, and Fack wants to learn.
Oh, good call.
Probably give him that up. Like he'd probably say, "All right, well, let's trial you. Let's
you get on bench
room.
prep, innit? Like, yeah,
or get him as a pot wash, and then move him up to like veg prep, and then move him up to that. That's how a lot of stuff.
That's
in
how I
kitchens
started.
work.
Yeah.
You start pot wash, you then move on to prep, then you move on to soup. That's just obviously not like that, but
no.
Over a period of time. Like I remember I worked with a guy who was like literally he was hired as like a pot wash. He did like 30 hours a week just cleaning plates. One day someone called in sick and he just got through in the deep end and was like, we need you to do this, this, and this, and he just did it. And then they end up training him up to like, I think he ended up becoming like head chef somewhere. But like,
you learn a lot of it by osmosis anyway, by just being in a room when people are yelling at each other.
Yeah, but like literally, it was just like the opportunity to do it. So I think if Carmy's like,
would you want Fack in your kitchen? Like,
I don't know. He kind of looks like Matty Matheson, and he's like a really good chef. So
yeah, I know. But it's odd that they look so similar. But no,
Again, I think it's part of like a little in joke in that like obviously Matthew's a trained professional chef, and he is the culinary consultant on the show. So he actually not only is he a professional chef, he's also telling all the other people how to act like chefs while they're working. So I think there's like a little bit of insider baseball. It's like if you know, then you're like, oh yeah, this guy who they're saying is shit and shouldn't be cooking. He's actually a really good cook, and that's like kind of the little joke on the side.
Yeah.
And then we don't see how this escalates, but it ends with the next time you see them, they're literally charging.
We kind of do.
You see it escalate, because he calls him a stroke. A, I'm not a stroke, and B, I've got good skills. I can play keyboard.
He says, I have a great vibe. Richie says, fuck your vibe. Fack says, don't fuck my vibe. Richie looks at him and goes, I swear to God, I'll fuck anything I want to fuck. And I'm like, what are we doing? What is this right now?
Again, I said before, that's an all-timer Richie quote.
Then Fack turns around and says, you say will not fuck me.
Yeah.
And then it's like, because he's challenged Richie, it's like, that's the stupidest thing you could have done in that situation.
Oh, my God.
Because now he's going to escalate it. And lo and behold,
violence
you see
ensues,
is Richie throwing him against the wall and chasing him with like what looks like a towel.
Yeah, probably trying to whip him with it.
And then he tries to choke him out.
Sweeps is like, Sweet, should I break it up? Fack's like, yes. Like he's getting choked out. It's so good.
Even then, though, it's the way Fack's like, you're weak, Richie, you're weak. It's like just fucking give up.
No, because
he wants him to say
forever.
He wants him to say mate, and I never looked this up. What is mate? Do we know what that's linked to?
It's Kumite from Bloodsport.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. I never looked it up.
I'm assuming it's from.
I think so.
That's the only possible thing I could think.
That's what I thought it was.
Richie loves Bloodsport. he's a big fan of all Jean-Claude Van Damme's films.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. But I'm assuming that's what it is. It's just a say uncle, but it's yeah.
Carm looks
Rich,
over.
I mean, we don't see Rich's apartment until like next season, but he's just in my mind's eye at this point. He's got every douchebag cinema poster hanging.
Oh, he's got samurai swords above the mantelpiece.
Nunchucks.
Yeah.
He's got
sure.
Scarface. He's got Escape from New York. He's got
Nothing wrong with Escape from New York.
nothing
Scarface,
wrong with
Scarface is a red flag. Yeah, you've got a Scarface poster.
I agree. Carmy just looks over the counter and he's like, "Oh, that's cool."
Oh yeah,
That's all he does.
on top of everything else that's gone wrong there. The toilet's exploded, and now you're rolling around in the toilet water.
Then he just fills up two cups of water and just throws it on them.
That's it.
And that's enough to stop it. What are you doing, Cat? Like,
it's like
Fack, you were getting
annoyed
choked out,
about
mate.
Fack's like, he is mean. Yeah, he's pointing at him.
I'm with Fack. Richie's a piece of garbage again. Like,
Oh.
I love Richie. Like, he has won me over, but also he's just a piece of shit.
He
Oh,
is.
I know, but
And then as an act of retaliation, Fack drops the bomb.
Yeah.
So, Jay, did you know something like this was coming? Because when we saw,
I had a feeling with like they planted the seeds where obviously Richie is like very
sketchy.
like he's sketchy. Like you see him talking to that guy, and
yeah,
There's that phone call, isn't there?
there's the phone call of the really dodgy guy, and then the way Cicero and him are kind of together at the party. There's enough sort of smoke that there's probably a little bit of fire with Richie, and I didn't know the extent of what it was going to be. I thought it was going to be more like he was. I thought it was more like he was like beating people up or something like that. I didn't think it was going to be, oh yeah, he's stealing drugs in the alleyway.
yeah. Richie says, "Are you happy you told Mom?" And Fack says, "Mom knows now." Like real straight face. It's so good. Oh my God.
Calls him a
good.
narc.
Right?
Richie's such a fucking child in this situation, though, because like that's literally something that could get them to lose their license in the restaurant.
Yes.
Send him to prison. Like,
And that too, obviously. But it's just the way he's like, oh yeah, well, this is like funding the restaurant. It's like, no, it isn't. I mean,
as it turns out, it was. But yeah.
Yeah, because Richie admits to it, didn't think it's a big deal. I love how it's just not a big deal, and he alludes to the idea that it was Mikey's idea without saying it.
Yeah.
I love how he's like, it's only when I'm holding.
Yeah, it's only when I've got it.
Right. Well, that's
I've
fine.
got some.
Why? How much coke are you buying to offload it to other people?
Yes.
he's definitely got big coke dealer energy as Richie.
I mean, I'd be terrified buying gear off him in an alleyway. Like, he's just 2 seconds away from pulling a switchblade on you, isn't he? Like, at any point.
Yeah.
Derek and all coke dealers I've ever dealt with are maniacs.
I think Richie's more like I think Richie's got more of a vibe of a pill guy. I think he's more the guy you buy your oxy off or something like that. You know.
Yeah.
He does say, how do you think we made it through COVID?
Yeah, that's it.
And I'm
And
like,
he also says, whose idea do you think it was to start doing this?
that's it. Yeah. Yeah. Which the bad thing is, Carm can't disprove that.
No.
Not that Richie's lying, but like if he is,
you can't go ask Mikey about it.
no, that's the problem. And as all this is happening, kids, Marcus is working and it's clear he's going way too fast on the mixer. The mixer thing, that going too fast is not a big deal, but like
he looks up, doesn't he, from reading his fermenting book,
yes.
and he's like, "Oh Christ, we open in like 20 minutes, and I've got nothing done." And then he does like comedy slapstick baking, like Bodger and Badger. Like, it's just.
Oh, that's a deep cut.
I know. I'm trying to think of an American equivalent, and I could not.
I was going to say Three Stooges. That's what.
Well, it's like the Swedish Chef and the Muppets in it. It's all.
Yeah, he's just throwing it all in, and there's shit going everywhere, and I'm like, you could still save this. Like, there's still time.
And to be fair, Marcus, if you're that far behind, running the mixer like 20% quicker is not going to make a difference here.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that mixer as well looks like it's a beautiful piece of cast iron from the post-war.
Came over on the Mayflower.
Yeah, it's a beautiful mixer, that. But it's the fact that he just starts dumping all the stuff in like celebrities on Bake Off, and there's clouds of stuff everywhere.
That mixer was in the room when they signed the Declaration of Independence.
If anything's gonna like blow a fuse in that place, it's gonna be that fucking mixer.
Oh,
Yes.
you know, there's a split in the wire there, and they put like fucking tape over it, and like the
Richie's
plug's not
fixed
wired.
it, mate. It's
The
fine.
Yeah, the plug's not grounded,
fine.
and like if you don't hit it a certain way, it doesn't turn
Well,
on
you see,
properly.
he is
and-
banging it at one point. He's like, that fixes it normally.
Yeah.
And the way the noises make it, it's like it's not aligned properly. So the
It's hitting the bowl.
things hitting the bowl, and it's
But
just
it
it's
gradually
I'm just,
increases as all the other stuff is going on, and it's just that nice sort of heartbeat getting faster and faster until it just explodes, sort of thing.
it does that thing that the show does really well, where like they take like a human confrontation, which in this case is Richie and Carmy arguing about Richie selling drugs, and they sort of put it against like a mechanical failure about to happen, and as you see like the ramp up of one, you see the ramp up of another, and again it's almost so naff, it's brilliant. The last thing Richie says before it all happens is "Don't blow a fuse," and then literally the fuse explodes.
And he just starts laughing and walks off.
Again, that's just a bit of a sort of, oh fuck me, what now? Like that's like a hopeless sort of fuck's sake,
Well, Fack says, "Don't worry about it. The condenser's fried, but I know a guy. I know a guy.
I've got a connection.
I gotta connect.
Which will come back to haunt him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're trying to keep the food cold, and Carm suddenly has an idea. He calls Pete, who lets them bring food over
I swear to God, I love
to store in
this.
their freezers.
Hey,
It's so
buddy.
awesome.
Hey,
Great.
can I gas
Yes.
the paper?
Yes.
Like you wouldn't have given him the steam off your Wii last episode.
He
And now you,
Pete calls Richie cousin, and Richie's not having that,
we
buddy.
are not
Like,
cousins.
And then Carmen's like, yeah, he's not my cousin either.
Carmy's just trying to keep Pete sweet. Like he's just like, we need to use this bit for a family of two and a small child. Why have they got a massive chest freezer?
Well, they haven't
good
got the child yet.
question.
Whoa.
Oh no!
Mm.
Ooh.
Is it possible that since it's kind of all in the
Nothing but-
family, that maybe she was a more active part of the restaurant when Mikey was alive than she is now? Maybe.
Maybe.
Possibly.
So I think Pete bought that freezer because he was going to go hunting and shoot big game, and he just never got around to it. That's my headcanon. Like, that was going to be chock full of venison, but Pete just either he didn't go hunting or he went and he was too shit and didn't shoot anything.
Yeah. He's got big thingy's husband from Superstore energy about him. I can't remember his name. Never mind. Move on.
So Pete's got big energy of a guy who gets really into something but never managed to follow through on it.
Oh, he's
So
got all the
if
gear but no idea. Yeah.
Yeah, if he got into Warhammer, he'd have like a grand's worth of Warhammer in boxes, never even touched it, never built it, never painted it.
He either put a squad together and then lost interest.
Yeah.
Played one game, got battered because he didn't understand what he was doing, and never thought.
Put the primer on it, and that was it.
But yeah, so I reckon he bought that freezer for some sort of outdoor pursuit he was going to do, and he just never got around to. Either he's got no mates to go hunting with. He went and he was too shit at it and didn't manage to kill anything, or he just never managed.
I don't think he could shoot Bambi. Yeah.
What if he got it because he wanted to do that with like the lads, and then they were all just like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't put Richie with a rifle, mate.
Terrible idea.
That's asking for trouble.
Richie wouldn't have a rifle in the woods. He'd be hunting it with his fucking pistol, like a man's man.
Like a man's man
with a dagger in his teeth, covered in dirt.
With nunchucks.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
He'd be dressed like Rambo.
That's good. Sugar comes in and she is not happy, and she's going off. And she mentions,
the thing is, Sugar's seen through it immediately.
Yes,
you were desperate. You've asked Pete because you don't want to ask me, and Pete's like, yeah, pretty much.
But Carmy makes a really good point to her, which is that whenever he does try and talk to it, she either doesn't answer or she just starts an argument immediately.
She brings up you bring up the thing, which I'm assuming is the AA.
Yeah.
But Pete just glad to be on the team. Pete just wants to be part of the gang.
He's so happy when they show up.
She's also equally annoyed that he's brought Richie to her house.
Yeah. I mean, I would be as well because
I'd be fucking mad if Richie was in my house.
Like noir and cigarette ash. Yeah.
She calls him Richard as well.
Oh yeah.
Yes, she does. Uncle Cicero's taught her well.
Rick.
Richie rips on Pete for liking the Cubs, and Richie's like, I bet you don't even know the name of the first baseman. Pete does know it, and Richie's like,
Oh.
Like, he's all right. You know, he's kind of impressed.
I'm guessing Richie's a White Sox fan.
Yes.
Yeah, most
Yeah.
people at the Bear are. I love like
I was
going back.
going to say he's definitely got more White Sox energy than like Cubs energy.
Going back to the scene before where they talked about that White Sox player, like Angel doesn't know who he is. Yeah, he's wearing a White Sox cap.
Yeah, but
So it's a nice little juxtaposition. Like, so Angel, who's like doesn't know about, and in Richie's eyes, the Sox are the good guys, the Cubs are the bad guys. Angel doesn't know who that White Sox player is. Pete does know his Cubs players.
Oh.
he might not know old school. Like
Yeah,
but you know, I don't know. I don't understand sports.
But it's just an interesting because it's like it's gatekeeping, isn't it? Like people are like, oh, you don't know who
Oh yeah.
such a player from 50 years ago is. You can't be a real fan. And like Richie then tries to gatekeep Pete. He's like, but you don't even know a player. And Pete's like, I do actually. It's this guy. He's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Well,
right,
it's
okay."
interesting because Richie's almost like has a little bit of admiration that he does know that. Like, oh, okay.
I said we went to a show, me and my brother, and this guy had a Bolton Wanderers shirt. And my brother, big Bolton Wanderers fan, went over, started talking to him, and the guy just went, I bought the shirt in the shop for like a couple of quid. I have no idea. And he was so crestfallen because he thought, I found a kindred spirit I can talk to. And the guy was like, nah, don't know now, mate.
Joe, there are no Bolton Wanderers fans. That's why.
I know. I went to a match once. I said to the guy at half time, oi, what score is it? Never mind. No, cut that.
They all turn up dressed as seats. It's weird.
I'm not cutting anything. Don't cut that business with me on this show.
There was a legitimate bit where at half time they give a random seat number and whoever gets it gets a free pie. And it was on the upper seating and there was a dash of people because there was no one sat on the upper seating to get this free pie.
Man. Hey, look, on that TED show, Tasty, Joe would say something like, bruh, and he'd go, cut that. And I'm like, I'm not cutting anything. I'm like, it stays, all right?
I know.
It stays. Well, you know, before her and Carm stepped out, she makes this comment about, you know, I had a brother who died too. And they all just go, ooh, that's gnarly. That's bad.
I think Richie goes, it's dark, and Pete goes, yeah,
It's dark.
real dark.
Yeah.
But again,
they get
it makes the point, doesn't it? Like, because like again, like a lot of people have said, like this is Carmy's way of trying to process and deal with this grief. But again, he's probably not like he's not even stopped to think probably about how Sugar's feeling.
No,
because he's been so wrapped up in the restaurant and like, yeah, she just cuts through and she's like, yeah, you know, it's happened to me as well. Like this, I'm trying to pick my life up and put it back together.
Do you think then maybe that the freeze is there because obviously the restaurant's gonna have had problems like that before? Do you reckon maybe it's that she didn't mind helping Michael because he'd just ask her?
Yeah,
whereas whereas because Carmy's gone to like Pete instead of her, that's why she's pissed off.
Well, it's because there was a was it last episode when Pete was like, you owe her a call, and he's like, yeah, I owe her about 50. There's a sense of like she's wanted an update from him or some sort of connection with him, and Carmy's like either he can't quite emotionally deal with it or he doesn't have the mental load because he's so snowed under at the restaurant. He doesn't have the sort of mental energy to have this conversation that he knows is going to be quite challenging and quite difficult and quite emotional.
Well, she mentions going to the thing. He said he's been 3 times. He goes 3 times a week. And she hugs him and she's like, will you fight with me tomorrow? And he's like, yes.
That's all she wanted to hear.
That's all.
That's all it needed. That's all it wanted. She didn't want a big fight. She didn't want a big argument. She didn't want a big back and forth. She just wanted to know, Carmy, are you looking after yourself? Are you doing the right? Are you doing the thing that we talked about?
That's awesome. All he had to do was text her and say, I went to the thing. I'm going 3 times a week. And just let it sit there. And maybe none of this would have been as volatile as it was. I don't know. But
I know, but
well,
the Berzattos asking for help is a sign of weakness, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
But so every episode, we always pick. Doing me, I always say that this is one that little scene there, that little interaction. Again, it's Sugar and Carmy. You don't get a lot of that in season 1, but like it's beautiful. That little moment. They have that little moment where Carmy finally just breaks down and is like, because I don't think he's told anyone that he's been going to these meetings, hasn't he?
No.
He's
made up excuses about them all. Yeah.
And this is the first time he's like, yeah, I've been going, and like he lets his guard down, and then he lets her in, and they have that lovely like sort of sibling moment where they bond over the like this shared trauma they both got, like they're still trying to deal with.
Yeah, for sure. Back at the beef, Sid is coordinating traffic. She's handling everything. She's on top of it until Tina says the pilot light is out, so the gas line is down. Now they can't open. Sid asks, hey, Are they still building across the street? And then we see them building a
Fact.
makeshift stove outside.
Fucking Fack again. Can we just
Fack
Fack?
breaks the oven door by lying on it.
And his method of checking if the gas is on is to light a naked flame and wave it around inside.
Yeah, down in it. Like, huh? What? Dude.
What a great man.
But
That's
also,
great.
while they're talking off, you just hear in the background going, "I'm getting very greasy here," as well, which is good.
Well, this outdoor bit was awesome. I love this scene where they
Again,
had to improvise.
A lovely bit of Tina and Sid getting on.
Yes.
Of
As I
them
said, so
building
this
thing and
so this is the scene that I said before. Like episode 1, episode 2, they couldn't pull this off. They wouldn't have got this
No.
far. They wouldn't have. It would have been shut the service down.
Richie would have been throwing rocks at people by
Everyone would have walked off. Everyone would have gone home. But no, they all
Richie
pulled
would have
together.
pulled his gun out, started yelling at people.
Shot. 8 breeze blocks are missing. There'll be no orphanage. I'll tell the children.
They get everything going, get it set up. Carmen and Richie come back, and she just tells them, we're doing outdoor lunch service. And Carm likes it. The sandwiches look great, of course, kids, as they always do, and they're very busy. Cash only, but it's all working. Carm goes back by the dumpster to have a smoke, and Marcus is feeling bad about blowing a fuse. Carm says it's okay, but you have to stay ahead with your work. And this is that we mentioned fast food earlier. Marcus mentions McDonald's, where his first job was, where it's all robots and it's automatic. And he says, "I won't make a mistake again." Carm says, "Yeah, you will, but not because you're you, but because shit happens." It's a great line. I love that line. Then he tells him about the firefighter.
I after I won the award,
Yep.
Food and Wine's best new chef, I started a chip pan fire. I nearly burnt the building down. But it's the bit, what was it? I stood there and said, if I don't do anything, this place will burn down and all my anxiety will go away with it.
Yeah.
Marcus looks at him and he goes, "But then you put it out," and he goes, "And then you put it out." And it's
I love
it's
how
the thing of,
there exists in your mind that like Schrodinger's cat moment of like, if
I could just walk away.
Yeah. I
And
could just end this. I could just end this. This will all be better now. If I won't have to do this
it'll all
tomorrow.
go away. Everything I've worked for, it'll be gone. But I'll be a better person. I'll be a healthier
You can
person.
breathe.
Yeah.
Fack has bad news, kids. The condenser is $5,500. So much for the
I thought
connection.
you had a Connect. No, I never said that.
No, he said like, it turns out I don't have a Connect.
And he
Also,
says,
when they're outside building as well, when they're doing the outside cooking thing, Sweeps, can you get a full restock of everything and a towel for Tina? And Tina just goes, "It is very flamey," and I love that. It's just a good thing.
"That's
She's
a
like,
good line."
There's literally fire.
It's fire.
That's a good line. He
Also,
says,
Marcus, when he's talking to Carmen, he says like, obviously, so you get the idea that the reason he's so wanting to express himself now in this job is because, like you say, he didn't have his first job. It almost crushed his like passion for cooking before it even started, because he said there was just following instructions. I was just making like on an assembly line. So it feels like the reason he wants to sort of show off so much and sort of learn so much so quickly, maybe he feels like he missed out and he's like fallen behind because his first job was so regimented. And yeah.
that's a good way to put it. Yeah, you can tell he's hungry for this. No pun intended. Hungry for knowledge. I don't know. But
yeah, and as you said on that line from Carmy, like, he's only saying, "I won't make a mistake again." He's like, "Oh, you will, but not because of you, just because fucking everyone makes mistakes." You know what I mean?
yeah, you can't
He's
say
like, you're not gonna do it on purpose. You're not gonna do it because you're a bad person or a bad chef. You're gonna do it because law of averages. You do 1,000 things a day. You're gonna fuck one of them up.
Yep.
I think as well, Carmy like makes himself like really relatable in that situation. Again, like it kind of goes back to the point I was making before about with Marcus. It's almost like there's a little bit of hero worship with Carmy. Like in that instance, Carmy making himself relatable,
Making himself human, making himself like making himself. He's
Making
like,
himself
I fucked up like real bad. Like
On
real
the day
bad.
I won the thing I really wanted, I made a big mistake. Like,
and it's in that. I think like in moments like that, it shows like a really good sign of leadership for him, where Marcus isn't gonna hold himself to that higher standard that he can't make mistakes, but he's also gonna hold himself to a high enough standard that I'm going to make sure I'm doing the basics, and I'm going to make sure I'm doing the fundamentals, and I'm going to make sure that I'm doing everything that's required of me. But then when I do have the opportunity to do more stuff to learn, I can do.
And Carmy handles it, like you say, Carmy handles it pretty perfect. Like, I don't think Carmy always does the right thing, especially later in this as the seasons go on. But in this instance, like, he knew exactly how to pick Marcus up there.
Yeah, he doesn't want to crush Marcus's spirit, but also you've got to do your job before you got to eat your vegetables before you can have your pudding.
Mm. He just looks at Fack and he says, how are we going to get that kind of money right now? And Fack's just, and you can tell what he's thinking. So they go to Richie, and I love Richie has this Godfather moment of, it's interesting you come to me now, right?
Shit, he's such a dirtbag.
I was like, why has he got a beer? It's a root beer. But I was like, why has he got a bottle of beer from?
Where's that come from? It's like his Thanos moment. It's like you could not deal with your own failure, and where did that lead you? Back to me.
That's a great pull. I'm here for that. Freaking Richie putting on the glove and snapping. Yeah,
Except when he snaps, just a little cocaine appears, apparently.
$5.5 grand's worth, yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. And he said, I'm going to have to think about it. And Carm says, look, it's just one more time, then it's over. And then, we need it. Richie looks at Fack and he's like, you know what you need to do. And Fack's just sitting there and he's like.
Fack says we need it. And Richie's like, what do you mean we? Like, he won't let him have that. And like, let's face it, even though Fack's like just like kind of like the handyman right now, like he's still part of the team. He's still part of the restaurant. He's just not.
We get ice cream because we're family. Yeah.
Yeah.
He says "say mate," and Fack's like, but you didn't win. Like again, straight faced. Like I can't say that because you didn't win. Basically, And Fack's and Carm's like, say it. And Fack's like, Carm. Like he's shocked that Carm's turned on him. You know what I mean?
You got to do what you got to do. I mean, wait until we get to Haunt.
Oh yeah, no. As soon as at this point, because like again, it's pure pragmatism from Carmy now. At this point, Carmy doesn't need to think fixed. He needs the money for the new condenser. So Fack's out, Richie's in because Fack can't get him that money. Richie can.
And Fack said he had to connect, and he didn't.
Yeah.
Well,
Fack never said that.
Right? Yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah. Fack finally says it like 3 times, and Richie agrees to do it. And Carmy makes sure he understands it's just this one time. But as soon as Richie walks off, the power is back on. So we've avoided any, unseemingly bad criminal enterprises behind the beef. So Carm tells Sid that she was great, and she's prepping the prawns. So that was the vision she had earlier. As they were outside with the stove. Now I assume they're prawns. They look way too big to be regular shrimp, but I could be wrong.
They're like king prawns, yeah.
Yeah. She said it reminded her of catering, and Carm wanted to know about it. This is the bit where she talks about what happened. She said it got too big too fast. It wasn't liquid enough for brick and mortar. She was running it out of her garage. Her credit got destroyed. It was all wrecked. And she said she thought she wanted to She said she thought she wanted a complete psychopath, as you guys mentioned before, behind her yelling and screaming, but look where it got her. Do you think that Carm could have took that as a dig, maybe? Because I don't know. It wasn't meant toward him. Do you know what I mean? But it's like, look where it got me. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's just.
No, I think that means like the shitty situation she was in before she got here. Yeah, because like
I think as well, like obviously it's to kind of go back to the thing with Marcus where he's like making himself feel relatable. Obviously, he's inherited something that he didn't really, not necessarily that he didn't really want, but like he's kind of been burdened with something, and she's making that relatable that she's burdened with like this from a previous venture.
I said as she leaves for work in the morning, there's a filing cabinet next to it that's just got Sheridan Street written on, which was the name of the catering company / takeaway service. I don't know what it was that she was doing out of a garage, but it's obviously involved a lot of legal paperwork.
Well, I guess she was just like prepping stuff in the garage, maybe, and like storing stuff, and like caterings where you rock up with like all your stuff ready to go, and you just like serve it all, don't you?
Again, though, it's like kind of it's kind of like she's like sort of the next stage of where Marcus is going. Like he took too much on this episode
too soon.
She'd taken too much on too soon, and now she's kind of like in that sort of like reparation stage, and Carmy's took far too much fucking stuff on, and he doesn't realize it. He's just trying to like stop everything from going on fire around them.
Yeah. I thought it was cool. We see Marcus cutting the tape with a knife this time, so he paid attention, and he's labeling containers. Sid is catching the train back home. She goes in, and when she's in bed, she's once again dreaming of food. Yes, I'm starving. She wakes up and is taking notes. She writes beef short rib, but underneath of it writes cold braise. So that's where we leave the episode.
I could do with some beef short rib braised and cola.
Oh.
I'd eat the shit out of
Ooh,
that.
yeah.
Did I tell you about the short rib lasagna I had?
Yes.
Oh, I think about that a lot.
Hey, was that the place in the pool?
No, it's in Manchester. It's for
There is a place in Liverpool that does it as well, Tasty. If you want to go,
nice.
if you want to go get some short rib lasagna.
Honestly, one of the most delicious things I've ever eaten. And after my birthday last week, my wife went, "Do you want to go over there?" And it was, "It will never be as good as that one I had, and it'll ruin the memory of it for me." She's like, "You're a fucking weirdo." And I'm like, yeah.
Also, when we go to Forbidden Door, Tasty, we should absolutely go to that.
All you can eat lasagna
place.
Yes, do it and weigh yourselves going in and coming out. And if there's not 100 kilos of lasagna inside you, I'd be ashamed.
It's £20 for as much lasagna as you can eat in 2 hours.
They don't know me at all.
I think that I'd embarrass Garfield at that challenge.
Mate, I've eaten a family-sized lasagna on my own and gone, I'm hungry.
Right. Got any bread? Any bread around here?
Another one of them.
Yeah, I'm a Bentos pie.
It's funny because it's a weird thing to bring up at the very end, but like a lot of this show is connected to food. Of course, it's connected to food, but like, you ever dwell sometimes on how certain things like music will automatically click me back to a past relationship or to a job or to a tragic moment in my life, but food can do that as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, it can anchor you to certain points in your life. That's crazy, man.
Anything that provides a powerful emotional response, whether it be smell, taste, food, like it, it's the weird thing that the human brain is. They use it a lot for. I'm not going to go into this, but yeah, it's used a lot for elderly people. Yeah, especially music.
Yeah. Best burger I ever had was in Chicago. We went from lasagna to burger, but like, and I've had Angus before. I've had Kobe before, but like, I can't even explain to you what happened, but like, it was like eating soft butter in a bun. And I'm like, is this beef? I'm looking at it going, I'm not even chewing this. Like, and I know my meats, right? Best burger I've ever had in my life was 3 years ago or 4, whatever it was now. And I'm like, how am I this age? And it's the most incredible burger I've ever put in I've never forgot it either. Isn't that wild? And like to people that live there, they're like, it's a burger. Who cares? But to me, I'm like, this is phenomenal.
I don't think I've had the best burger of my life yet.
Really?
You might have. That's the upsetting thing.
Oh, my best burger till now. Yeah,
I've definitely had a contender.
We used to do at work when I used to actually go into the building. We used to do Big Shirt Burger Club once a week. We'd all put big shirts on, like slightly too big, like shirts, and go to a random burger place and have burgers. And some of them are nice, some of them are horrible. I'm looking at you, the one that gave me black pudding on a burger, and it was absolutely, it was like a doorstop of black pudding. And but yeah, no, there's places out there.
Yeah.
Go. I don't know why we're talking about burgers. Lasagna. Let's talk about that.
Before we wrap up, can I just say as well, on a different show, on a different sort of show, there'd be a whole episode where Richie tries to sell these drugs to get this money in.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at
true,
you. Episode of Stranger Things with Seven's sister.
But it's in this. It's just something he's going to handle. He just goes, "Oh yeah, I'll do it. Don't worry."
Yeah, I don't need to see it.
Well, the thing is, which is really clever, is that Carmy says, "Do it as far away from here as possible."
Yeah,
I don't want it anywhere near the restaurants because I don't want it coming back to this.
I think he also says, "I knew there was something going on because you and Nico," and Richie says, "Nico is something else entirely." And I was like, what's Nico then?
Yeah, what's Nico doing? Yeah.
Richie is such a suspicious character.
He's like, oh yeah, he's selling weapons out the back of the shop as well.
He's selling them samurai swords, mate, nunchucks and all sorts.
Oh, he's proper selling ninja swords, isn't he? Yeah.
Richie's that guy that when you ask him how he got something done, he just goes, I'll take care of it. Yeah, and then he immediately changes the subject. You know what I mean?
You don't need to know.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. Thank you.
Richie's selling those, those police batons that like flexible metal.
Oh, the extendable batons. Yes.
Yeah, he's selling them, and
he's got a job lot of them. Smoke damage.
He's got to connect.
as we did with the Ted Lasso show. We just write our own show along with what we're watching. We do it all the time.
You do?
Do it all the time. Well, kids, there you have it. Episode 5 is officially in the books now. And yeah, buddy, we've got 5, 6, 7. I miscounted the beginning. Did everybody catch that? We actually had 4 left. Now we got 3 left. Hey, my math was off, but it's okay. So this was a fun one. And again, Chaos was at not a bare minimum, but maybe a little step above episode 4. But I know it's going to crank back up as we go on. So everybody try to prepare yourselves for that if you're watching in real time. Let's get final thoughts around the horn as we always do. Jay, let's start with you this time. What you think?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the fact that we're getting back to the stressful episodes of The Bear and not the comic relief of the last one, as much as I enjoyed the last one. I did really like the fact that it did flesh out Sydney and Mark's a little bit more. They're 2 characters I've, from the get-go, I've been really interested in, and obviously this is the first real in-depth look you get at the 2 of them. And Fack as well. Fack's the best. We love Fack. Yeah, it was a really good episode. I think it built off where we've where we come from so far really well, and as I say, it really developed some of the characters who you can see are going to be important moving forward. It did a really good job of starting to build, put the building blocks in place for them as well.
For sure. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, it's one of them. It's after the lightheartedness of the last episode. We're back on it, but again, it's easing you in. It's dipping your toes in the water. I mean, because if you'd have gone full hell for leather normal episode 1 of this, it would have been far too jarring. But again, it shows that what Carmy's doing is working in terms of the kitchen, but the building itself is also cursed. And also Fack.
And also Fack.
Again, just I just genuinely believe those scenes were improvised, because it's the I've got half. What do you mean? Haha! And I'd reckon he fluffed it and just keep going.
I'd love to see the outtakes of that.
I think that is it.
I'd love to see if there's a blooper reel of just that scene.
We're supposed to have a very deep conversation, my dinner with Andre there, but nah, I just ended up with them trying to bum each other in the toilet.
Just ended up with Richie trying to fuck Fack.
Yeah.
Oh my! What do you think, Tacey?
Yeah, I mean, what more needs to be said? As I say, it's a sort of, we're on the back 9 now, as in golf terms. We're heading back towards the clubhouse, and there's nothing good waiting for us there. There's no cold Arnold Palmer being set down on the outside table for us. It's just stress and screaming. Sorry, that's a minor spoiler. If you haven't seen that coming, I don't know what show you're watching.
I was fully expecting that.
Yeah, like I said, this was it sort of just still letting you breathe a little bit, but it's sort of pushing the feelers out of it. Here comes the Richie Fak debacle is a sort of amuse bouche of things to come, of the chaos that's about to be unleashed upon the rest of the restaurant. I think it's warning you that yeah, trouble's afoot.
You can hear the alarms are beginning to blare in the distance. You can barely hear them, but it's coming.
Everything almost goes too well. Just so they have a crisis and they resolve it pretty quickly, and there's no lasting repercussions. All right, Richie's maybe doing hard time. We get nicked by the feds selling I mean, like you say, I'm not a drug person, but I don't know how much cocaine £5,500 worth is street. I'm guessing it's a fair amount. It's probably at least a bag of flour in it.
I'd say, based on my limited knowledge of it, half a kilo.
It's something you don't want to Google. Do you know what I mean? Because
you
never know who's watching.
I'm not Googling how much is cocaine, because that's how the police come out of my house.
It's a fair weight of gear, I'd imagine, to be.
So when I was on jury service a few years, 10 years ago, it was a cocaine trial of cocaine dealers. We had a police officer come in and explain to us the sort of terminology and how you buy it. This guy was doing, I think he was doing a gram for 50. Or 2 for 70. He was a shit drug dealer. His prices were all over the place, basically.
That's very, very donut van at a festival pricing structure. That
yeah. So you do say he was doing a gram for 50 quid. So right, if you need 5.5. So say 50 quid. So let's assume the old exchange rate. So 50 quid is about $70. So that's 5.5 grand divided by $70. Sorry, I'm just live math. This is great radio. So that is okay. That's only 78 grams of cocaine.
Well, that's all.
Really?
Sorry. On the video,
is that,
that's
again,
on you
is
should
he
have numbers going around Tasty's head.
Yeah, is he selling that
Beautiful
street, or is he
mind.
selling that to people?
No, he'll be selling.
He'll be selling.
You know, he's selling. Come on, it's Richie. He's selling 1 gram bags.
How
of
the hell?
kids.
How that? Yeah, but right, that's also 78 deals he's got to do in that alleyway.
No,
to get
because
that amount of money back.
Billy and the boys are buying like fucking 10 grams each, aren't they, for the big?
But then you
weekend?
got to offer discounts, haven't you? Then so
Yeah.
like,
All right, so maybe he's doing 100 grams.
I mean,
so.
I'm not drawing up a business plan saying we should start dealing coke, lads, but because we're terrible at it as well.
What if Richie's like a wholesaler though, and he's just selling his whole thing to like?
I think Cicero pushes it through him.
So no, Richie says he sells when he's holding. So I think Richie buys for himself, and he buys a bit extra, and he sells that on to like mates.
Richie's definitely a cokehead. Like 100%.
Yeah, he's got that.
He's
that
volatile
white
and
rage in him.
he loves cocaine.
He's meeting up with the boys before the big baseball game, and like everyone's chucking a gram or two on. You know, he's probably selling like 20 grams to his mates at the baseball game because they're all up. He's the fella who turns up with the.
He's the one that supplies.
Richie only gets invited to his mates' parties because he's got the drugs.
Because he's
100%.
That's what he's known for.
He's not getting invited for his personality, is he?
No one likes him. He just sells them all the gear. That's the only reason they let him in the building.
I still think Cicero has something to do with it as well.
Yeah,
because
I mean,
where's Richie getting it from? Not Nico.
If, for example, Richie needs because at this point he's like he doesn't say I can't get hold of it. He just says okay, I'll do it. So I think he knows how to get hold of say a couple of 100 grams of coke straight away. Yeah. And it's Uncle Jimmy in it. It's called Uncle Jimmy. I need a big bag of gear, please.
Yeah.
Throw it. Again, ironically, you probably put it on the restaurant tab and then sell it off to pay for something the restaurant needs.
There was the whole thing in the last episode where like he added like 50 onto the tab for no reason, and it's like
shipping and handling.
Yeah, shipping and handling. Richie's shipping and handling his drugs
from Colombia.
There we go.
International shipping, expensive, mate.
Big bag of limo. Yeah,
that's how we're ending this episode, kids. It's Colombia. Drugs from Colombia. I'm just saying. Hey, well, you know, it had the show gone down. Now I'm doing it. Had the show gone down that route, it becomes a weird sort of. So I'm glad we didn't have to go down that road. It does make me wonder why we went down that road and then we immediately stopped. Do you know what I mean? Like, what stopped them from?
Because I think, especially in this series, the focus remains on the restaurant. The restaurant is the central character. As soon as whatever Richie does when he's not in work, that's none of anybody's concern. Like he might walk out the doors. It's Carmy. Carmy puts it out of his mind. He's asked Richie to do this thing. If Richie comes back the next day with 5.5 grand, brilliant.
He's a hero as well, and then he can hold that over Carmy for ages as well. Remember that time you needed 5.5 grand, and I sorted it out, even though you told me I couldn't do that anymore. Yeah,
it's not the guy you want to face.
Everything is for reasons, like But again, we don't need to see it because it's not NYPD Blue. You know what I mean? it's a cooking show.
Richie's definitely not a guy you want doing a favor for you because, like you said, he'd never let you forget it.
You'll be a prick about that forever.
For sure. Yeah.
Which is why
kids, there you have it.
Which is why Fack didn't want to say Matei, like. Because he's never going to hear the end of that now. And Richie's going to tell that to everyone Fack knows as well.
God, yeah. There's one simple... I made you say it. Like, what are we talking about? Yeah. Men that never grew up. Little boys who never grew up. That's what we're really... Yeah. Again, ladies, I'd love to know if y'all do this to each other. Because, I mean, I'd be interested to know.
Female listeners, if you've ever pretended to bum your friend while fixing a toilet, please do write in and tell us.
Have you ever wrestled them until you've made them like call you uncle?
Tap out, say a word.
Yeah. Like I think it's just men because we're tiny pea-brained knuckle-dragging idiots, basically.
And everything is always so like gay related because it's a thing. You know what I mean? Like, look, you know. It's Beavis and Butthead humor, which I love Beavis and Butthead.
Fack's
right?
not like, what are you gay or anything to him? He's just like, stop trying to fuck me.
Yes,
there's no homophobia or anything with it. It's just
right.
I was.
Just like, I'm trying to fix this toilet. So
You
open up
broke,
a restaurant
Richie.
that you've probably broke because Cicero said you can't plumb for shit. Rick.
Rick. Yeah, it's true. Well, we cleaned it back up, kids. We're good now. We didn't end on drugs. We ended on two guys humping each other in the bathroom
Toilet
or
humor.
pretending to. We cleaned it up. I don't know what
This
you
is
want from me.
exactly like my stag do.
It's the source material. It's the source material. I didn't write this. All right, kids, there you have it. Episode 5 in the books. We've got 3 more to wrap up season 1, and then we hit you with the rundown. And then we just keep trucking. There's the highway. That's us. And we just keep trucking, and we go on to season 2 and beyond. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in and going on the ride with us. We very much appreciate your time. And thanks for sharing the show and subscribing. Remember to please keep doing those things and share this wherever you can. If you got friends or family that enjoy the bear, turn them on to this, and hopefully they'll like us and everything, and hopefully we'll give them some fun episodes to listen to and or watch. And again, we would appreciate that very much. But like we said before, kids, stay tuned. Episode 6 is coming your way very soon. So for Big Tasty, for Joe Higgins, and for Jay Left, I'm Tom, and we'll see you next time, kids.